Hi everyone, I'm Vector and this is the game I'm currently working on, the Tale of LUMI. And if you watch the previous devlogs, you will notice that updating graphics and the tilesets happens with some frequency. But we got some pretty cool updates this time. So the big thing is that instead of just using sprites, we created a custom shader to add details and create different styles for the tiles. And the main goal here is to make them look less like tiles. So here's how we're doing that. So those were the previous tiles, which look great, but having only that as the ground can get extremely repetitive. So we created those tiles. Now you might be thinking, what the actual... Well, let me explain how they work. So those tiles work in the following manner. Each color channel represents a coloring pass, let's say, of each tile, and we add details to each of them independently. Then we combine all the colors to produce the final result. So the red channel is responsible for the color blocking. The green represents the line that we had on the previous sprites. This indicates the shadow from the surface. Then we have the blue for the shadow gradient. This is a different color because then we can separate those effects for different looks. And lastly, we have the black, which is the surface color. And oh yeah, we have the alpha for transparency. The cool thing about assembling the tiles like that is that we can create different looks very easily. We can overlay textures on top of one another. We can add effects on certain parts of the tile, which definitely helps with combating that repetition that we had before. The other thing that we did on the shader was to write one extra pass to the Stencil Buff. By the way, I couldn't figure out how to do that through shader graph, so I did it from the generated shader code. But anyways, the reason I did that was so that we could add even more detail to the maps by simply setting the sprite mask interaction on the overlay sprites, which I found to be pretty cool. Now we're testing performance, but so far we had no issues, including for external playtesters, so we're keeping this workflow for now. So that's it for the tiles this time around. I like the result and I like the possibilities to customize levels in the future. But what do you think? Is it better or worse than it looked before? Alright, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.